we talked about 6 areas that you said this is what redefines. This is the difference between the traditional freight broker and a digital first freight broker like you guys. So what is that first thing that is redefining freight brokerage?
Yeah, touched on it a little bit already, but it's the automation, right? Automation to drive efficiency. With tech out there, it's really just focusing in on where we can automate as much as possible to give the customers the benefit of the automation, right? So you want to create processes that are systematic and can run 24/7, and there's very little interruption in those type of automations.
So you mentioned that you're using automation for different things, and you mentioned you guys have a measure. I don't know if you can share it, but that you're able to do more and more shipments with the same guy. So how many loads per day can a guy using a LoadSmart guy manage in a day?
Well, if we look at the quote and book piece of that, because that is historically used to be a very manual process. You think about if someone wanted to do just one single quote by themselves, right? It may take 2 minutes, and that's probably being pretty conservative there. And you do that 500 times a day. If you're a good sized broker and you're quoting 500 loads per day, it's 1,000 minutes just on quoting. And then you break that down into hours, it's like 16 hours. So you need 2 heads
Right.
full time in a day just to quote 500 loads, right? You build an API dynamic pricing around that automated pricing, and you can do 500 loads in seconds, right? So you are completely eliminating that manual process, and at the same time too, you're also able to store all that data too. Like if you're manually quoting, that's very tough to store all that information, especially if you're doing it spreadsheets or you're using 4 different things to get your rate, right? The last thing you want to do is then data entry that rate into something else for you to go back in and analyze.
More effective too. You're getting the right price. Yeah, I've used this term once or twice in my podcast. I say the human API, where we have put humans into the role of an API. It's like, well, we don't have API for this yet, so I got Nick and Joe being human API. I take information from different sources and I bring it in. Right? Yes.
But yeah, the quoting and booking piece, like that's just one piece of the puzzle that we're looking to automate. Scheduling, pickup and delivery locations is another thing, right? Warehouse management, that's something that I feel like we're just scratching the surface on, and as we get more and more into it, it's exciting. And I think if we can start to offer more real-time appointment scheduling and moving appointments around based on driver's location, which we have more and more visibility into that's just going to make everybody's life easier, right? It's going to make the warehouse supervisor, and they won't be pulling their hair out saying, where's the truck? Like they're going to know, and they're going to shift that appointment to the necessary time slot and move some other folks around. And all that's done programmatically.